Hi everyone, we're going to do a side lying sequence today. So bring yourself down onto the mat and we'll go from one side to the next side and just enjoy. So we're really going to focus on our glutes. Really important to work your glutes as much as you can. Quite often the general population doesn't have very strong glutes, and that's what's going to bring on back pain, and our hamstrings are going to just be a bit too tight, hip flexors overworked. So settle yourself down onto the mat. You're going to bend your knees and let your heels be in line with your bum. And then pop your hand onto your hip and just encourage your hips to reach down towards your feet. So can you see how a little gap appeared now underneath my waist? So if I'm just not really focusing on what the hips are doing, it's pressing against the mat. If I extend and reach the hips down, then a little gap appears, and it means we're lengthening through the spine and creating as much space around the hip joints as we can. So starting off, shoulders nice and relaxed, hands on your hip. Take a breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out through the mouth, you're going to engage your glutes, so a little squeeze of the glute, and then let your upper leg, the knee's going to lift away. Inhale to lower back down. Breathing out, squeeze the glute, lift the knee, inhale, lower. So this is our clam movement, and we're really trying to engage the glute muscle before we start to move the leg. So breathing out, you could even pop your hand on your glute, feel it switch on, inhale, lower. If you press your heels together that little bit more, you're going to feel more of an engagement. So keep that going, a few more. And we want to keep our hips in line with one another. So as the leg opens, we're not rolling back with the pelvis. Keeping the pelvis stacked, one hip on top of the other. Opening up, we'll do about 8 or 10 of these. See where you are. See where you are, see where you are. And then on this last one coming up, we're going to keep the leg open. You should start to feel your glutes fired up now. And you're going to lift the foot. So you've got this kind of level surface. Now keep the leg in exactly the same shape as you start to circle the whole leg. So we're moving from the hip joint. The leg is not changing shape at all. And I'm really start to firing up a slightly different glute muscle here now. Keeping everything from the pelvis upwards nice and still. And no real tension in this lower leg. So you're circling round. Keep breathing, drawing the tummy muscles in, and reverse it. Keeping that really smooth shape to the legs, so the leg's not kind of in this funny angles. Keeping everything on this flat surface, as if you're balancing a cup of tea on your knee. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1, and then bring that foot down and lower. Take a pause. You should feel the work, quite a strong feeling in the glutes. Right, without too much of a rest, come back to that position. So you've got that level playing field. Take a breath in through the nose, leg comes forward. Keep the shape of the leg the same. Exhale, leg comes back through the center and then further back behind the body. So you fire up the glutes even more there. Inhale, leg comes forward. Exhale, leg comes back. Keep the shape of the leg. So it's tempting as the leg comes back to let the spine kind of arch forward and make that movement a bit easier. But that's not going to help our core muscles. It's not going to help the lower back. So you want to keep really strong in the center, strong in the back. All right, we're going to do one more. Keep it nice and slow and steady, working the muscles. Brilliant. And then come back to the center, bring the heel down, lower the knee. All right, straight over to the other side. So you could just flip and turn around. I'm going to still stay facing you. So set up, heels in line with the bum, knees are bent, hips are stacked, and we find that space under the waist. So reaching the hips away. Nice long neck. Take a breath in. Exhale, that knee lifts away from the bottom. Great. So you got to keep this movement quite smooth, quite fluid. But again, we're really trying to fire up this opposite glute now. So engaging the glute muscle and then letting the knee lift. We squeeze the glute, we lift the knee, drawing the tummy muscles in. You can almost think about kind of a hollowing effect in the center. Remember, about 8 or 10 of these, so see what kind of tempo you're at. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. Brilliant. Keep the leg open, lift the foot. We've got the circles with the leg. Now, one glute might feel a lot weaker than the other, and we've got to really try hard to make sure that glute is working and the opposite glute doesn't start to fire up to help us out. So really try your best to send the right messages to that muscle, and squeezing the muscle really helps me. So hopefully that'll help you too. Let's reverse the circle. Keep the shape of the leg the same. Nearly there. Keep breathing. Keep it slow and steady, nice and smooth so it's manageable for 2 and a 1. And then lower the leg. Take a break. Make sure we've still got this lengthening of the spine. So reaching the pelvis down towards the feet. This time, let's come back to that position. So knee lifts, heel follows. Inhale as the leg slides forward. Exhale as it slides back. Now, as I said on this last leg, don't let the upper body start to react to this. So you want to keep everything from the pelvis upwards nice and strong, nice and still. Breathing out as the leg goes back. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to go back. Fab. Great stuff. Let's do 2 more of these. 1 more. And back we go. And then lowering the leg. Nice. From here, roll over onto your back. Get yourself settled. You could always pop a cushion under your head if the shoulders start to lift in this stretch. Cross your right ankle over your left leg. And then, depending on how tight your glutes are, you might be able to lift the leg. Having the foot on the floor might be enough, just rocking from side to side. Or we might be able to lift that leg and thread the hands through, taking hold of your left leg. And then from here, you just play around. You might rock from side to side, letting the breath settle. But you really want to find the stretch in the bum. You might feel it in the hips a little bit, or the hamstrings if they're really tight as well. And if you find a point that's really quite a strong stretch, just hold it there, breathing into it. And then gently lower back down, switch over. Left leg crosses over the right, so left ankle over right knee. And then again, find what feels good in this position. It might be a little bit different in this, on this side compared to the opposite side. Breathing. One more breath in and out, lowering the leg down. Nice. From here, just extend your legs away from you. Extend the arms up above the head. Big breath in as you stretch fingers away from toes. Inhale and exhale, release. And again, breathing in, stretch. Exhale, release. One more. Big stretch. And release. Great, and we'll finish there today. So you've fired up your glutes, you've worked your core muscles as well in a really strong, well done alignment. All right, see you again soon.